Hey crafty friends, I'm going to try to shoot a video today to show you how I use my Brother's Scan and Cut. So this button loads and unloads the mat. You need to have the mat with the purple arrow pointing in to load it. So we're going to load our mat. Hopefully this will scan proper for me. So what I do is I hit scan, direct cut, and we're just using a machine. Now this right here, you can take and you can scan it in color or in grayscale. I'll pretty much usually always use grayscale, because in color you can identify up to 20 colors, but it will cut each color out. So on projects like this where it has white and color, it's most of the time it's better to use grayscale. Alright, so we scanned our image. Okay, and see, I have previous cuts on here, so it's going to pick those up. I'm going to try my best to frame it down and see if we can get those cuts out. Alright, now see this one here, it's wanting to cut the flowers separate from the cup. Did we all see that? And we're going to go and do what is called smoothing. I'm going to move it up to the medium level and see if that will help with the color clarification. Okay, it smoothed it a little bit, but it's still wanting to cut that bottom corner. Let's go up one more level on the smoothing. And that's the highest. I know this may seem to be a little blurry, but we're going to try to get it. Okay. I think I messed it up. I'm trying to get it. Okay, here we go. Alright, so see this image here? Still right here in this corner, it's wanting to wind up cutting that piece. So I'm going to click OK. Now we can go to our grayscale. I'm going to go down one section at a time to see if it will better clarify the image for me. And I'm sorry about the shakiness. I'm holding it with my hands. All right, now let's look and see. All right, so we've got some cuts over here. All right, I think I'm going to hit OK on this and then see if we can't bring in our frame around it to get to where it'll break that cut apart. And that's going to wind up taking them off. All right. So that is okay with me. This one here, I don't know why it's going in between them for. Maybe it's a previous cut underneath, because this thing sees all. And that's what a lot of it is. You see that cut right there in the middle? And these cuts here, that means I'll just have to do a little bit of extra weeding to get those off. But that is previous cuts that it's picking up from underneath. I think I'm going to keep it on that. And my smoothing is at the highest. So all of my images are pretty much identified. So I'm going to click OK. And I know you can go in for editing. I'm not sure how to use that yet. I have not found a video that teaches how to do that. But I'm just doing this to show you how I use mine. So see, all of my images here are pretty much. So then I just hit cut. And these tools here with the pressure, I leave it as automatic. And the amount cut, I leave at 0.5 millimeter. So that way it'll go through my 110-pound cardstock and I don't have to cut it twice. And the cutting speed, it says 5 minutes, but it'll auto cut speed. So the blade pressure, I have played with that some. Most of the time, I print my cutouts on 65-pound cardstock or 110-pound. So 65-pound, 110-pound works great on this. So I leave it at auto. And then I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to click start. And it should start cutting, and it should cut it within 3 minutes is estimated time. And this is the last one of these off of that kit that I have. I'm going to spin you around right here. This is the other kit. I'm going to do some cuts on it as well. I'm going to show you these. These should be pretty good because it's a darker image. When I run into trouble is when I have like white on white, like those where it has the white border and it has the white cups. This may give me a little fit, but I think it'll be okay. So that, you just have to work with it a little bit and play with it some. Now there has been some incidences now like these. I don't know if it's going to cut these out or not. I've not done anything like this, but I'm hoping that it will pick up on the grayscale and cut that, because it's not a clear defined border around it. So we'll see. So I'm going to cut that sheet, these, and I'm going to try one of these to see how we get it. Sometimes, like I said, it's just a matter of you just have to play with it. And see, there's my bedspread. That's why I said that the colors of my room, you know, are the pink and the greens and the teals, and that's pretty much mostly lace. And that's my jewelry cabinet now. I have all my jewelry in that, and the bottom drawer is Christmas ribbon. And then I have a little die cutter down here in the bottom, and then extra punches of like floral punches and stuff. And that's two containers that are full of, one has nothing but Christmas in it. The bottom one, this one, it has a blue bird and floral set that I was printing out. Is humongous. And this card, I got it from Michael's when it was half off for like $49. It's regular, like I think $150. So I have my printer, which is the Canon TS9521C. And then I have the my HP, which I don't use it anymore. I need to, cause I stopped my my ink thing. So I unload it and I hit home, and I always delete all patterns before I start a new one. So now I'm going to take this over here. I'm going to try my best to weed this one-handed and see what we get. That one, well, we might need to cut that again. Huh. Now see, what is going on? This is the second video I've tried to shoot, and this thing's trying to make me the biggest liar today. I swear it is. And as soon as I turn the camera off, it cuts perfect, no problems, picks up every image. I don't know. It's annoying right now is what it is. So I'm going to take it back. I didn't mean to walk so fast. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to hit load. And we're going to reload it and rescan it. And I was just bragging on you how good you's doing. And you're going to do me like this. Alright, so we're going to scan it again. And that is what, you can scan the same images, like, I don't know how many times. And Sometimes it will give you completely different. And you're just like, is it looking at the same thing I'm looking at? I don't know. All right, let's click OK again. Let's bring this image down. See, now for some reason that cuts that one off over here on the side, because it's all figured in together. Let's do our smoothing. Now see, now, you know, it's picking up all images without the smoothing or anything. I don't understand. Before, you know, we had the issues with the one that wanted to cut it, the top off of it. Maybe it's picking up where it's already halfway cut it. But two, you need to make sure that your paper that you're cutting is stuck down well to the mat, and I did not do that before I got on here. Okay. And so I'm going to leave it like that, and I'm going to recut this. Because like I said, this is 110-pound cardstock. And sometimes I do have to recut the 110-pound. Especially like like after 2 or 3 cuts, I'll clean the mat. And you can do that with just a hot soapy rag or just a wet towel. And I'll clean it off, and then I'll wipe it down with a dry towel, and then I'll let it dry the rest of the way, and then I'll take and keep right on cutting with it, and it stays sticky. But I just didn't make sure that my image was stuck down to the mat, and that will play an effect of the depth of the cutting. But this is the last of this set, because I've done cut all of these, and it's done great. So, and then until I get on camera, see, that's when we have issues. I'm gonna get me a sip. This is my little crafty corner here. Y'all seen a video earlier on my channel. And this is all the workings of where I have everything laid out. All of the orange tops are glues. And then here at the foot of my bed are my carts. This one's sewing. This one is items to be used, like envelopes in the middle. The bottom one's cardstock. And then the top one are bags, cards, and smaller envelopes. And then I have checkbooks, like guest checkbooks, time cards. The next one over here, this one, is all of my stamp stuff, and that is all of my bling. Like the carrier here is washi tape. Underneath it is beads, and this up here is eyelets and beads. No, yeah, eyelets and buttons. So let's go back over here. Try to remember to walk slow so I won't get you dizzy. So I'm going to check it now and see if it's cut. It's still not cut. So what is going on with the pressure? Okay. I may have to adjust my pressure on my blade. Alright, manual pressure. See, it was working great until I said, you know, it was doing awesome. I don't know. I've never really had to cut 3 times. So now I'm getting really annoyed because, you know, like I said, let me tell you, if you make videos whatever you do off the video, as soon as you turn the video on, it will not work right. It never fails, every single time. Especially when you're trying to do a helpful video for someone else. This really makes you look like you don't have a clue what you're doing. But I am not a professional by any means with the Brother Scan and Cut. I'm saying that in the get-go. This is just how I use mine. Got a couple more minutes. Where'd my trash can go? So, I'm trying to lean over here to get these weed cut out. See, I've cut all of these out today, and all of them has turned out great. You know, except for when you get on video, you know, then of course, that's the one time that you need it to turn out great, that it won't. But that's fine. Alrighty, let's hit okay, it's done cutting. We're going to unload it. Now I'm going to clear the image. We're going to take it over here and we're going to weed it out. I'm going to try my best to put y'all in this thing and not turn this off. And I'll just have to remember not to flip it upside down when I upload the video. See, like that ran into it, so we'll have to cut that bit off. It's cut, but it's not cut clear. That's what's annoying me today. And see, I just had washed my mat off right before this, and it is super duper sticky now. So everything's wanting to stick. I didn't even check to see if I'm in camera frame. I don't know if I am or not. Probably not at the most. Oh yeah, we are a little bit. Okay. So we'll get this one taken off, and see, like that little bit there. I'll just take and trim around that. And I know there's going to be people like, oh, well, you know, if you do this and that, and which this is also another reason why I'm shooting a video, because if there's things that I can do, like the edit part, I don't know what the edit thing is for. I really don't. And I'm like Miss Maggie. You know, the only video that I saw that was the least bit helpful to me was Miss May Made It. Showed that you could do it in color or grayscale, but now when you do it in color, it cuts every single color that the machine recognizes. Yeah, all of that there is cut. We just got to get it off. I don't understand why some pieces, see, like that's cut, but it's not cut completely through. This is annoying with this because it's in grayscale, so it should cut the white from the gray. I don't understand that part either. And see, that's the bit that it didn't cut. Or it did, it just didn't trim it. Yeah, so I gotta break that apart. See? Alright, so let's check it and make sure we got all the bits off of it. There's one lady I saw that she just, you know, was talking about the stickiness of the mat, how some people are talking about the mat's not sticky. My issue is where I've done cuts on it, and it picks up previous cuts, and that's why it does the weird cuts sometimes. Because it sees everything. I'm just making sure I don't have any paper bits on there. There's one right here. Alright, so I'm going to load it up with these color tags. And we're going to see if we can get it to cut these a little more ease, because, you know, it should, in grayscale, just identify the color. Okay. So now let me try to ease y'all back out of the camera holder. Oops, sorry about that loud racket. Alright, so now we're going to walk back over here. And we're going to load it. If you hit the button and hit load, it loads the mat. Where is my stylus? Did I lose it? Did y'all see what I done with that? Normally I leave it right here in this thing, but I don't have it. That's fine. You can still do it with your finger. So I hit scan, scan. I'm going to start. I'm going to do it in grayscale. I'm going to scan it. While it's scanning, I'm going to go over here. Oh, there's my stylus underneath my cuts that I just did. But see, like I said, you know, that should have easily did the grayscale on that, because it was, you know, a clear white border around it. All right, so we're going to hit OK. And see, now it wants to cut all of this out with the writing. So we're going to trim down around it. We're going to frame it up. All right. So then I'm going to hit the smoothing to try to get it to identify just the dark colors. See, that worked a little bit. So now we're going to go into the grayscale. And we're going to go down one level and hit preview and see if we can't get this one tag up here in the corner with all the words on it. See if we can't get it to where it just recognizes white from dark. We may have to go down one more scale to see if we can get it. Okay, so see, that fixed it. All right, so see, that fixed this one here where it was picking up. See the words? It was picking up, wanting to cut out each word. So we fixed that. All right, and let's see if we can go down one more level, because there's one spot in this tag right here. For some reason, it's wanting to pick it up. So if you play with your grayscale and your color scale, that and the smoothing, that's what I've had to learn to do. That is, you know, to get the images cut out that I wanted. And I know some people are like, well, by the time you do all of that, you could have just sat down and cut them out. Yeah, and then I couldn't feel my hand for a week. So see, All right, so now we're going to hit OK. Hit OK again. And we're going to hit OK again. We're going to hit select. We're going to hit cut. Now I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to hit manual blade 0. And we're going to make sure it's on automatic. The blade pressure and all of that. And we're going to hit OK. And we're going to hit start and see if it will cut these without having to cut it twice. But the only reason is because this is a 110-pound cardstock. Now, I know there is where you can go in and you can edit and get it to cut, you know, the circles inside and all of that. I don't know how to do that yet. Which, you know, a Cricut will probably, because I didn't want a Cricut just because I wanted something that was a standalone, so I didn't have to go on the laptop, eat up memory on my laptop for one, you know, because I have a bunch of digitals and photos and everything, so I didn't want to have to add something else onto my laptop. So then I said, well, I want Brother Scan and Cut, so where I can just, you know, scan it through it, cut it out, and go on with it. And some people are talking about the 0.04 millimeter edge around it. You don't have to do that. You can bring it down and it'll cut right on the color. And see right here where it cut those little bits. Whoops, it's not getting away. But see right here where it cut these little bits right here. That was from previous cuts on the mat that it picked up. All right, so now let's lift this and see it's coming apart. So it cut fine. So then we won't play with the knife anymore. So I'm going to unload it. And it's telling you that the mat's going to unload. So you hit OK. I'm going to hit the home screen. And that'll clear off that pattern. And then we're going to take it over here. And we're going to weed the pattern again. So I'm going to set you back up here. I hope that I don't turn the video off. Alright, so stay down this way. Okay. Alright, so see, and I just take and turn and go all the way around the outside basically. And that's it. So it's just playing with your smoothing scale. And smoothing is where it picks, you know, like where it's blended right here. That's to what I've learned is that's what it's picking up, like the smoothing of the colors in and out. And then the grayscale where it identifies, you know, light and dark colors. I've scanned a few things on color, but I like using the grayscale better because, like I said, you know, it's on a white background. So like these where it is, you know, white, it seems to pick up and tells the difference. Now, since we've done this tag, I'm going to do one of these lighter. I'm going to try to do this, one of these lighter images, and see what we get from these, because it does not have what I call a true border. And we're going to see if it picks up and allows me to cut all the way down in the grayscale from the light and the dark, and see how that works. This one maybe give me a fit. Alright, so I'm going to load it. It's going to be a snapping where I pull y'all out of here again, okay? I caught it that time. All right, so we're gonna load the image. I already loaded the mat. So we're gonna scan, direct cut, just use the machine. I'm gonna leave it in grayscale and see what we come up with. Because like I said, this does not have a true so-called border around it. Some Etsy shops and Ko-Fi people put a border around it so you can use it with the fussy cut machines. And that is also awesome, and I'm so grateful for that. All right, so now here's our image. Let's get on it so we can look at it. Hit OK. And now see, that's not bad for not having a true border around this. This is awesome, actually. So I'm going to frame my image a little bit better. Because all of those cuts are like off the side of the paper where I've done previous. All right, now see, that actually looks really, really good. I know it may be giving somewhat of a glare. So now I'm going to go smoothing. I'm going to go up one level and see what we get and put it on the medium. Like I said, I'm sorry for the little shakiness of it. All right, so now see, that smoothing level did awesome. Okay, so see right here where this is cutting. Let's look down here on our picture and see it's picking up the spoon coming out. And see, there is like a gray background here. Let's go back up here and see if we can do smoothing one more level. See what we get. And if it shows us that it's going to cut into our actual pattern, we're going to go back down one. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Now I would actually take and cut this and let it go. But I think I'm going to see if I can get it to go down to grayscale one level and see what we get. Like I said, it's all about playing with, you know, your scales and the smoothing, just to figure out, you know, what image is better for you. Okay, so see, now that's picking up out here around the outside. So now I'm going to go down one more level where it should be just whatever's the least bit color change. So see where this here is color change? Let's see if it picks it up. It started to on that level. So let's see if it does it on this one even better. Oh yeah, see? There we go. See, now it's got the whole thing. That's awesome. All right, so we're going to hit OK. Hit OK again. Hit OK again, and then we're going to hit Select Cut. And then I'm going to hit Start and let it cut it. Now, like I said, when it goes in there and it shows you an edit option, I do not know what that edit option is for. I have no clue. So if anyone knows or knows of a video that would help us that have the Brother Scan and Cut, please let us know. Because I feel like there should be options to where you can go in, like if this is picking up here and wanting to cut off all of your white. It should have an option for that. But most of the time, and see, this is kind of tone on tone. So if you do it in grayscale, it tends to work pretty good for me anyways. And you can see this is the product number, the model that I have, the SDX85 Brother Scan and Cut DX, and I got it from QVC, and it's the lime green one because it was $349, and it came with the cutting mat, came with the knife, came with the stylus, and the weeder, the little spatula. All right, So it should be done. I'm going to do a corner test to make sure that it cut it. Yep, it sure did. Alright, so we're going to hit OK. We're going to unload our mat. And I always clear out my image. I'm going to take it back over here and we're going to weed this one out. And I think I'm going to call that a video for today. Because I just wanted to come on and answer a few questions that a few viewers had about the Brother Scan & Cut. And how I used mine. And I hope I'm helpful. Like I said, I'm no expert at it, but this is you know, how I use mine. And trust me, I would rather stand here and load this thing through there. Most of the time, if you can see my printer, my back loading printer tray is open. So I usually will sit here and I'll run through and I'll start printing. Get me a fussy cut ahead. And then I'll load them through as soon as I print them. I'll print it off, I'll load it, fussy cut it out, and put it over here in my image. In my little baggies or what have you. And I've been trying to do really good at keeping up with what kit is what, fussy cut set is what. So, with that being said, the ones that had the gray back, I showed in the video yesterday, they came from, they are vintage teacup fussy cuts, and they came from Intelligent Art. I hope you all can see that. The tag set came, it is Tea Time tags, came from DYRU Graphics Studio. And then the ones where I just fussy cut these, where it didn't have a true border around them, it is Tea Time Clip Art Bundle. And it came from Digi Dream World. And I really hope I have these in the frame. I'm feeling like I don't. That's why I like my camera to be turned the other way, so I can actually see what I'm putting on there. Alrighty, y'all. I'm going to let y'all all go. I'm going to finish my fussy cuts. I'm going to turn on some movies. And I'm going to sit here and fussy cut the rest of this stuff out. And later on tonight, I'll probably try to make me another video for Monday. So I found out this is going to be y'all's Sunday video. It's my Saturday. So my new schedule come out. And I'm going to have to wind up working Sunday. I work Sunday, Monday. I'm going to have to work Tuesday. So I'm working 6 days next week. Probably more than that. I may have to wind up pulling a double here and there just because of people want to fuss about having money. They're broke. They don't have no money, but yet they don't want to come to work. I don't get it. They want my boss just to, you know, give them gas money, give them cigarettes, and hand them extra money. And we just got paid Friday, and well, actually, we got paid Thursday. It goes in a day early. And then by Friday, you're mad because he didn't answer your text within the 2 seconds that you expected him to. And then you will try to call out today. If you're that broke, then I think I would have went to work. I'm sorry. That's just my 2 cents, but, you know, that's just me. I don't understand it. And these are cut. They just didn't cut all the way through. So I'm just trimming a little bit on them. That's what I'm doing right here. And sometimes that does happen. And like I said, and it's where I didn't have my my paper stuck down to the sticky mat. So that's user error. It's not machine error. It was me. And I have noticed that sometimes that will happen right after you clean it. That if you don't make sure that your image is stuck down to the mat, it'll partially cut it. But those are done. I got tags and I cut my other tags apart. Whoops, I need to put these in their bags so when I pull them out to work on them, and I do have my video turned around to where I can see for sure that I'm putting it on there. I can tell you again where I got them from. So that's what I'm doing here. Trying to get a little bit of organization going. I need to cut them out, and that'll be done. That was only 12 of those, and I just thought they were pretty and would go with my kit, and I said, well, I'm gonna get them. That's 12 tags less I gotta make, you know. Sometimes it does get to that point where it's just like, it's just 12 tags I ain't gotta make for this journal, so I'm gonna get them and print them out. And, you know, I should have printed on the back of these, and I didn't, so then we'll have to back them. That's no big deal. All right, y'all. I'm going to continue on with my fussy cutting this evening. Try to get the rest of these done. I need to take a shower. I need to get me something to eat. And I need to get in the bed after a while, sometime or another. Thank y'all. I hope this was helpful to the ones that were asking about it. I hope y'all have a good evening. Thank you.